And hello, YouTube. Hi. This is a little bit ridiculous upload, I know, and it's so not to brag. I know I'm gonna show you an obscene amount of pencil in all shapes, sizes, watercolor pencil, color pencil, regular pencil. Well, it all came because I was watching Kathy Arbor on her live stream. I met Judy in chat, and I kind of started in chat, just chatting about. Did anyone see Lindsay the Frugal Crafter's last review of these woodies? Well, she really took one for the team. She was asking herself, well, how far does the barrel go down into this pencil? So she started with a craft knife to, totally do surgery on one of these woodies, only to find out that the barrel of the pigment stick ends right here. And I think my 2 cents is that this pencil still need to go inside the sharpener and be turned around. So in case you don't want the small kids to start taking out a craft knife or something, you really need the barrel to stop exactly here. Because can you see if this comes into the sharpener, you still have this little like half an inch to turn the pencil barrel and still sharpen the last of the pigment core. So I think that's the reason why Stabilo is stopping the lead at that point right there, and not to fool our fool our money out of our pockets. You know what I mean? So, hi Kathy, hi Devin, hi Judy. Oh my God, you're here, Judy. But you have to bring your grocery back inside. Okay, but what happened was that I was talking about my pencil fetish, and Judy and I was we were like, and Devin also, and also Kathy Arbor here in chat. We really love our pencils, so I just wanted to show all I got, my whole collection, and I wanted to visually show this demonstration of the Woody with the sharpener as an explanation to why the lead is not fully out here into the pencil. Yeah, hope hope it makes sense. I'm doing that because for a long time I have been bashing craft companies that are selling art supplies for kids, because I had the pleasure of having a son who has a lot of art supplies, and I kind of noticed that every time I bought something for him that was meant to be for kids, it was like crappy quality. And I was thinking I wouldn't mind paying more to give him better things. And these are such a good example of a company that really listened to its users. Stabilo, they gave kids this amazing crayon that's almost compatible to a new color 2 if you are, you know, nice. A new color 2 is like a high-end art supply. So just the fact that Stabilo gives a good alternative for kids in good quality is something we should treasure, and not start some sort of shitstorm about they are expensive because they're only like half filled and they cost more than a single new color too. So yeah, blah blah blah. You really love your pencils when you're doing a stream like this. I thought you were going to repeat Lindsay's experiment. Oh my God, no, I can't. I can't. You know what? She just bought a whole brand new set, and then she started doing surgery on one of the pencils. And I'm such a pencil lover and freak that I wouldn't be able to ruin a brand new set, just to take one for the team and get an answer for a review. So she's so brave, so brave. Okay, but let me just show you my setup currently. It's not that interesting. I actually have on my desk a desk palette. Can you call it that? I think so. And it's a palette that just consists of, in this case, wash colors that are like ready to go. But what's interesting is this tray up here. It's like a grab all. I got scissors, I got sketch pencils, and I got like a fatter pencil, HB I really love the B pencil when I'm sketching. So as you can see, I got like nubs here, and I tend to use up my nubs before I replace it with a fresh pencil. So in this case, I got like a good variety of sketch pencils just ready to grab, on my desk. But after you see my collection of pencils, and I tell you guys that the ongoing question in this house with my hubby and also my son is they are always looking for a pencil. And it's kind of amazing when you think about how many pencils there actually are in this house. On my other craft place, I'm sitting right now out in my beach barn, but I have a room inside the house where I'm allowed to sit and do all kind of things in my craft room. And this is my desk organizer in there. Hi, Rhonda. I love Lindsay's products review. Yeah, she's very thorough. I mean, she's like super thorough, and she think thoughts that you think you are alone to think about, like thoughts like, would that pan fit into a travel kit, or other palettes and stuff like that, and will this palette fit more pans in the row for the brushes, so it's kind of test it out for you before you buy it. So yeah, I love Lindsay. She's so truthful. I've bought many of products she has reviewed. Oh yeah, me too, me too. Are you kidding me? She seems to be the first. I know that there are a lot of YouTubers that we can subscribe to, but I seems to get the news first from her channel when it comes to water soluble media. Yes, she has so many similar products. Oh yes, yes, yes. Also swatches and tests. So when she compare an item with a well-known brand, then it's for real. Like she's not like overselling a product. Mm. Hi, Barbara. You can't stay on. Okay. That's fine. Okay, now this is my desk collection, and it all started with this one. In 2016, I had a Hobonichi, and I bought this 12 set of Fantasia color pencils to decorate with it's like watercolor pencils. I bought them to decorate my Hobonichi, and I soon found out that 12 pencils were like a little bit boring. So in the same brand, hi Anne, in the same brand, Fantasia, I got this 36 watercolor pencil set that I really love, because that was like the first set that I got, and I am so anal. I even didn't throw out the case it came with. It was, you know, it was a kit, and I couldn't say no to it. It came in this wooden case. Now the case is like totally battered up, but I refused to throw it out. Where on one hand you had like a sketchbook, a water container. I forgot what that was. Maybe, oh, that was a little tray for water, pencil sharpener, all the pencils, brushes, and pencils. And this case was too good to be true. So, what happens in my world when it's too good to be true? Well, you kind of get an extra set when it comes on sale for half the price you paid for it. So I have an unused Fantasia pencil wooden box because I just loved it. When I received it, it was just my first pencil fetish. Like, they're so beautiful. This is an unused set. I didn't even take out any of the. And what happened was that I just started buying more colored pencils. So, and I still haven't used up the first set. So this is just staying unused. And I wouldn't be surprised if one day I would have to sell it, Oh, this was actually a sponge. I remember this cup set here. I used it for a traveler set when I was out watercoloring. Oh my god, I don't think that it ever have been out of this container here. Okay, but if you can tell, it's like a bottle of water laying into a tray where you can fill it with water when you're on the go. So yeah, but I just stinking love this wooden case. One day I am going to, yeah, use it. Oh my, Lena, I would love that wooden box. Yeah, me too. The size of it is just perfect. I just love wooden boxes. But back to this set. Then my son, he got out of school and now he's an adult. So I totally stole his selection of pencils that he had for school. I have not got any idea what brand it is, but it's like really good. Like, okay, one of them is the Maped Color Peps, and it's like really a soft pencil, and it's strong. And then these are the older ones, and they're without any brands on, and they are just so creamy and soft. So I couldn't part with those, and I couldn't just leave them in his care because he will. I don't even think that he has opened up his pencil case from school since he left. And then I do business at work with this company where we buy all our office supplies and packaging and whatnot. And they usually puts in a little goodie like snacks, like gummy bears or mint pastels. And one day they put in this as a gift. And I was like, hell yeah, how did they know? I would much rather love a set of like crappy pencils because this is like a sturdy container, and this tube right here is worth even more than what's inside, because when you're on the go it's just the perfect size for a bag, or like a travel kit. And I don't know, it sounds like I travel a lot. Really, I don't. But I'm a freak when it comes to making kits for bags. So yeah, I was like really happy when they sent this. And then back here is Moleskine colored pencils, also for when I am on the go. And it's watercolor pencils, 12 of them, and it's just a generic 12 color setup. And here is a birthday present for myself, and it's a sketch kit from Creator Color with some oil-based pencils, and they're like really good, really, really good. I like them a lot, and they are so firm in the tip that they can sharpen up to a ridiculously long point and don't break. And I think it's because it's oil-based, but they got like this selection here of sepia and warm tones that makes any sketch look like a pro. So that's also a good grab and go set. This is just a tin. It's mostly for the tin I got it. It's not pencil. It's really bad watercolors, but one day I'm gonna decide what to do with it. But here I got a full set of HB pencils, no, a full set of pencils going from the range H up to HB8, I think, and then H, and then the how was it? I got like this. Okay, now I'm mucking it up. I should just not talk about the range, but I got a full range here from going from very hard to very soft, and then I also got these that are like darkest charcoal, like and it's a watercolor sketch pencils, darkest charcoal, which is dissolving in water. So when you do watercolors, you can erase your pencil line with the water in the brush and not the eraser. And then I also got these charcoal sticks down here. So this is actually a really good set. And then here I also got this. It's a grapho with a sepia stick inside. So when I do like hard, no, not hard, like what's it called? When I hurry up to do fast sketches, it's so cool to sketch with this. Also a cool pencil. So this is a very good desk. It's all what you need, like watercolor pencils, real pencils, sketch pencils, just colored pencils that are not dissolvable in water. So that's a good one. Okay, let me just see. I like your label. Happy birthday to me. Yes, I like it too. Okay, now comes all the things. I'm just gonna show a lot of eye candy. The way I store my pencils is that I put rice in the bottom of the jar. So when I sharpen them down and they become smaller, I can just put in more rice and I will still have a pencil that's not going to disappear into the jar. But I like to use these glass jars to store my pencils. And some of my sets are a little bit bigger, so they get like a huge flower ceramic pot to live in. Oh my god, it looks so good on the screen. Look at this. Oh, it looks so good. Let me see. Was that it? Yeah, I think so. Okay, what we have here, this is Inktense, and notice how I store them upside down. And it's because the barrel where the pigment is so dark and intense that you can't really tell the color from one another. So if you need a storage solution where you keep the set of 72 pencils in a container like this, I can totally recommend this solution where you store them with the the barrel upside down in the rice, and the rice protects the tip of the pencil, so there's like no breakage. And when you let go of a pencil, it just, can you hear? I don't know if you can hear, it just sinks into the rice. Okay, let me find a spotlight. Okay, how can I demonstrate it? Oh, can you hear that? It just dump and land on top of the rice, and not, when you have pencils in a glass container and you let go of it and you hear that clunk. That's not good for the barrel, because you may like snap the inside barrel of the pencil. So it gives a soft landing. Hi, Gail. Okay, and here, this is a very special set. Okay, maybe I should take them in category because this is so crazy. I love the Inktense, I really do. And then for Christmas, I received, first of all, I kept the container from my original Inktense. They came in this container. And then for Christmas, I was gifted from my son a new set of Inktense, and he didn't thought that I had it because the front artwork is different. So I actually have a brand new unused set of 72 Inktense in my stash, and I treasure it so much. I mean, having an extra set just makes me be more random with my pencils. I'm not so careful now that I got a backup set of the Inktense. And I'm saying that because before I viewed this pencil as very special. So I, for some reason, didn't really use it that much. I didn't just jump out painting on fabric and all kinds of weird things with it, because I don't know. It's just yeah, I use them. I actually, Gail, I use all my pencils. I need to do a lot of disclaimers about, I'm not doing this to brag. I'm just trying to tell how it grew into this humongous collection. Okay, and then I got an eye because this is a Derwent brand. I fall in love with the Derwent Graphitint and their charcoal pencils, and I also saved the packaging from those. The Tinted Charcoal Set looked like this and was in this tin container right here. And I really think that they are special pencils. I use them far too little. They got this mauve kind of dust, like how can I explain it? The look when you do artwork with these are having a very special outcome. It's more like a pushed back, um, dusty, like yeah, it's hard to explain, but you can so clearly see when artwork is done with the graphite color palette. They also comes with the watercolor palettes, and I don't have those because I only got like one small set, but they really have ventured out into water soluble pans and travel kits. But I think it's the same as if you take the pencil and wet the barrel. And in here, I also got that infamous tinted charcoal set, and it's very fun. And I actually have two sets because the first set I almost used up, so I'm on the second set of the charcoal. And it's not like I used it up because I drew a lot of it mostly because I kind of snapped a lot when I sharpened them. But now I got a good sharpener, so now I can sharpen everything to a sharp point and still get as much as I can out of a pencil without having that much breakage. Um, Now we're talking about charcoal. This is a pastel pencil set from Derwent, and it came in a set of 72, and the tin looks like this, in case you remember. And it's a it's a good pastel pencil. I have only tried four other brands, and two of them were not my own collection, but someone who wanted, to lend me their pencils. I think I like these Derwent the most because of the way that they are not like super soft and they're not like super hard. So it's like a medium pastel pencil, and for me that's very likable. I try to sharpen them with a craft knife, and I do a horrible job doing so. It always comes out like this square. So I just think, well, I don't give a damn, and then I just put them in my sharpener. So there is a two way of using these: either sharpening with craft knife, or just doing the easy way with a sharpener. And it says a lot of a pastel pencil if it can endure being sharpened in a regular sharpener and still feel like some sort of soft when you draw with it. So good stuff. Okay, this here is the Polychromos from Faber Castell. Really, really likable quality. And of course, I saved the tin. It's the tin that looks like this. The color 120 color pencils Polychromos from Faber Castell. I think it's a very well-known brand. And I divided them up into two jars so that, as you can see on the colors, I got like I think it stops around purple in this one, and then starts the blue and the green and the darker and the earth tones in this one. I really like that division because it's a huge set, like 120 pencils. So when you have them all like this, some of the colors are disappearing. You have to sometimes really eyeball looking for a special bright, thinking that it should stand out, but yet it doesn't. So this is a good way, I think, to have an alternative to the elastic band. A lot of people do like Didi. They take elastic bands around each color family. So, okay. Let's see. You have the pencil and the blocks from the Inktense. Oh, yeah. I really would love the blocks, but I can't justify it because I got two sets of the Inktense. So I think when this set is run down and I start using the other set, it really gives an idea that, okay, I must really use that pencil a lot to justify the blogs. So, okay, this here is my Prisma, all 160, and I am struggling in this container right here by finding that Prisma that I know is in here because, like blue slate. I mean, it's so difficult to just jump down and get it. Oh, I need my glass. Okay, and then I took blue slate. No, that's blue lake. But you know what I mean. Like it's very difficult to find. Here it is, blue slate. It's very difficult to just pick and find, but it makes it easier if you have used Prismas for a long time, so you kind of know, you know, you kind of know what kind of pencils the set have, so you know the pencil is in there. But I think this is the limit to a jog on a table. This is the limit, 160, without losing your directions. So, but what I try to take the smaller ones to put on the outside, so it's easier to dig out the white, because these are used in various heights. So right now it's kind of semi easy because they're still long. So yeah, and the blenders have this sticker on them so that I know that's a blender. So yeah. My Christmas came, oh my god. They weren't even like wrapped in bubble wrap or anything, and I have a lot of breakage problems with my Prismas, and some of them are cracked, I don't know if you can see, in horrible condition. So I recently got convinced on a stream that I actually have one of the bad sets, and I never reached out to them. I think I can. I don't know. Maybe when I've used these pencils, I can buy a new set. But I don't lack any pencils at the moment. So yeah. Okay, but let us continue. I also have, now we talked about Polychromos. I got the Faber Castell watercolor pencils from Albrecht Dürer, the 120 set. And it was actually one of those bundles that I wanted to try the Polychromos because, like I said, I wasn't really blown over when I got my Prismacolors because they snapped so much, and I thought it was like an irritating pencils, and everybody was talking all about, oh, they love their Prismas, they're like the best pencil in the world. And I thought it was so annoying drawing with it because the breakage and everything. So I went on and wanted to try the Polychromos instead. And then there was this bundle of the regular pencils and the watercolor pencils. And that's how I ended up with the watercolor and colored pencils within the Faber Castell brand. Oops. And the watercolor pencils are totally pristine. Like, oh my god, they're like almost untouched. And there is a reason for that. I keep them in this pencil case in almost like the same color as the tin from the manufacturer. But you know what I realized? When I swatched out my watercolor pencils and compared them with the polychromers, they were so alike that you won't believe it. I mean, you couldn't even tell which one was watercolor and which one was colored pencil. So that's why I decided I wanted to use the pencils first and more, and then go on to this set when these pencils are done. So I was just so surprised because normally watercolor pencils go down a little bit darker, and then when you dissolve them with water, you actually hit the color from the barrel, you know, like just like the Inktense, they look a little bit darker when they're applied dry, but when you add water, they kind of uh, glows up and becomes transparent and more light in the color. But I think that the difference between the Polychromos pencil and the watercolor pencil is so minute that I can't even tell. I can't tell the difference. So in a way, I kind of ended up with, you could say, like a backup set. And this backup set is a bit more fun because it's water soluble. So yeah, I also find it so annoying to use these pen cases. I think it's more accessible when you have when you have your pencils in a jar where you can just pick uh, spontaneously instead of having to flip in a pencil case. So let's see. I got notifications covering the chat. Let's see if I'm missing any questions. I was shocked to see the state of your Prismas. You should reach out to them. Yeah, I know. But you know what, Devon? I just feel a little bit shy because it's been 2, maybe 3 years, and I do have other pencils. So it's not like it was like my only set and I depended on them. So I thought, okay, I can just, just use them and then give it a try. Then I have that as a treat later on in 2 or 3 years when I'm allowed to go spend more money on pencils. I can allow myself to try out the real deal of Prismas. Oh my god, you guys are talking about the Bruffuners. When I saw that 560 Bruffuner colored pencil set, I was like, oh my god, it really spoke to me. Mostly because like I mentioned to Judy in the chat, have you noticed how I keep my pencils in family order? Like these are my polys, this is the Prisma. And I know that one day I would enjoy this more if I merge this set together and then had them in color so that I could really see a wider range of color, because there is a color range difference between the two sets. So, but I just can't make myself mix them up. So when I saw that Profuna came with a 560 set, I was thinking, well, then I guess you will have like the whole selection of what's ever made out there in pencils, in pencil colors. So, um, let's see. No, they were in cardboard boxes. Yeah, there were like four. Wasn't it? Was it 3 sets? And then in total, it summed up to 560. Oh man, so awesome. Okay, but now let's go into some of my pen cases. Pen cases. I love this one. This is very you really need to wash your hands before you touch this. It's so difficult to clean off, which is a shame because I keep like very dirty graphite things in here. So it's, I that's the extra charcoal set I was talking about. So yeah, I'm just too neat with my pen case. Okay, I've got to tell you guys this. You know what this is? This is a vintage set of the Derwent artist Rexel Cumberland. It's a pencil brand that was very popular in 1950s and 60s. Rexel Cumberland. And that's like when people are talking about the original Prisma. This is like the original Derwent set. And they are so uber creamy. They even beat Prismas. I cannot make myself use them that much because it kills me to put it into the sharpener. So, and here we also got a red Stabilo, the one that draw on glass and steel and whatnot. And what else do we have here? We have the green Stabilo. I think it's called an all Stabilo all. Uh, will it focus? It will not focus. Ah, okay. But it's called Stabilo All, and they draw on glass and steel and paper and plastic and metal. So I got a red and a green. I got two reds and then a green of that. And these two here are also kind of vintage pencils that I don't really use that much. It's the Rexel Cumberland Derwent Studio in jade green and cobalt blue, and it's two pencil numbers that are no longer in production. So that's like I don't know. And this is just blenders. Um, yeah, but I really love this set right here. And now comes that extra set of charcoals that I keep here until I'm ready to break it out and replace it to another set. And this is a Faber Castell water-soluble um, pencil. One of those that you use if you don't want to erase your pencil lines from the paper. Yeah. I love this pen case here. And up here, I just got cotillions and the craft knife. And this is like pencil extender holder. You know, yeah, you guys, you all know about this. You know, you put in the pencil here and then you got like an extra long barrel. And just an extra sharpener, you know. But really love this pencil case, beside the fact that it gets dirty really easy. So if you have like graphite on your fingers, this fabric texture just picks it up like crazy. So that's annoying. Then I got the sausage. I call it the sausage, the Derwent pencil roll. What's not to like about this is that the bottom is so hard that you feel that you're breaking a pencil when you need to close it. So when you need to reclose this and push down, it just like hurts on your skin because you feel that you're breaking a snapping a pencil inside. But I used to use this a lot. And then for some reason I stopped utilizing it. What I have in here are my most favorite Inktense pencils. For some reason, I just taught myself to mix the shit out of these colors here. So I can mix a lot of good things with exactly these pencils. So just this tiny selection here is like having a liquid permanent watercolor palette at your hand. So that's why they are here. And then I have some charcoal, uh, like really soft. What is the name for it? Just in Danish. Kulglue. How can I explain it? It's not a real pencil. It's super graphite, like charcoal. Do I have a piece of paper? Look, the most issue in this house is to find a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, I found piece of paper. It's just a drawing pencil that got that ability of having a very sharp point, but also you can smudge it a lot. Now this is such a bad demonstration because that's the hardest one of them. The red ones are the soft, and it can get like super dark. And it's a nice addition to a pencil because it is a little bit different than a regular HB pencil. It's hard to describe. You have to like sit and do doodles with it before you realize that it's so much different than if you take a regular pencil set and just find the softest B6 pencil. Where is it? We got a B5 here. The B5 pencil got this glare. I hope it shows up. Can you see oh, here it is. Can you see there's like a silver glare on the regular pencils? But these are made of something that does not have that graphite glare. So yeah, that's basically just my 2 cents on why that's such a lovely pencil to sketch and draw with. The Derwent sausage, lol, you cracked me up. This is such a, and this is just a fun, convenient pencil, but so super annoying to play with. I got it because people stated that it was fun to sketch with a pencil that showed 4 different kind of color, and then it would turn into this funky drawing sketch. But I dislike it so much. I don't know why. I think I got HD, like an illness, because I think it's super annoying when I turn my pencil and the line goes from green to red. So I never really got the fetish about that pencil. Why is this here? Oh yeah, that's a Chinese. There was something about this pencil. I totally forgot why this is a favorite. Oh my god. Okay, I forgot why this is a favorite, but every pencil that's in this case is there for a purpose. It's been selected. It sounds like a freak. These two are so good. Do you know the Swiss brand Prismalo? I think that Prismalo is linked to Caran d'Ache back in the old days. Because when I draw with these, they are just so yummy and likable, and it reminds me so much of Caran d'Ache watercolor pencils that I have. So yeah, that's why I was so lucky to get my fat fingers on 2 of them, and they're here. And these are just more of these very soft charcoal pencils that I totally adore to draw and sketch with. Um, as you can see, it's totally glareless. You don't get that. You can like really mush in a lot of pigments, and it's still rough. Like it's not like shiny. So whenever you can, grab a pencil that you like. I buy, as you can see, multiple of them. And these, they are woodless graphite. I like and I dislike them. I dislike them because they roll off my table and then they snap so easily. And on a warm day, this barrel is unpleasant to work with because it's a little bit slimmer than a regular pencil. So it feels like you're having a slick tool in your hand, and it's lacquered barrel. So the grip on a sweaty summer day is not nice. Then I prefer like a wooden barrel. So it's all about what lies good in your hand when it comes to pencil. Faber Castell has a new pencil too, Pit Graphic Matte Pencil. Oh, that sounds interesting, because there's nothing worse than having that silver glare on a graphite drawing. Mm, okay. Yeah, what else to say? Yeah, I got like good erasers that I haven't really used. And that's like really like typical me. Like it's so easy for me to just grab an eraser that's already open than opening up one that isn't. So I'm very frugal like that, and it drives myself crazy. I really drive myself nuts. Because I don't know. It's just sometimes it's not nice to be so frugal, you know. Because it prevents me from, in this case, opening up this eraser. I mean, who else is going to use this eraser beside me? I don't know why I'm saving those things. This is the worst part about this pen case. You have to have your finger beneath the latch. Otherwise, I feel that I'm smacking one of the pencils. Okay, that was that. I have a lot of kits. I love kits. Oh my god, do I love kits in wooden boxes if I could prefer. So I want to show how I get my hands on cheap kits in wooden boxes, and when I dislike the contents because the quality is so bad. This is a Royal Langnickel watercolor kit where I really like that I have this mixing area here. I disliked every single watercolor that was inside this kit. So I refilled it with my own watercolors that I would prefer. And I actually threw out the crappy pencils it came with and replaced it with Prisma colors that I like. So this is a good selection for doing faces, and this is one of those Faber Castell water-soluble graphite sketch pencils. So I can really find it difficult to throw out art supply, but in cases like this where you kind of buy a kit, not this was gifted to me, but you kind of get your hands on a kit because of the case, no problem, you know, adding it in the better supply, because you most likely will play with it often. So I really like that one. Okay, and then this is not a pencil, or is it? I don't know. It's more like a crayon. It's a pastel, but I view it as a pencil. First I took it out, and then I took it back in. It's actually in my desk thingy. You know, this one that I have in my other room. It fits right here. First I took it out because I was thinking that, oh, it's not really a pencil, but it's just a crayon, you know. So yeah, but it's a fun crayon. Okay, I got another thing that I want to show you. Let's round up the pencil with this Arteza set. I have not used it nearly enough because I got pencils on my desk, but this is a graphite set that comes with all sorts of pencils. And it just gives a nice overview of how you can go from a very soft to a very hard pencil. So they're all lying in here in nice orderly manner. So it's easy for me to grab that kind of hardness that I need. But unfortunately, I don't really use it that much because I got my favorite pencils. Most of the pencils I like to sketch with are actually the Derwent pencil. This is also a Derwent pencil. For some reason, I don't know. It just it's like when you like a pencil with, if you're used to using a yellow school pencil, you're most likely gonna grab for that instead of a fancy kit that where you first have to open it up, take it out of the shelf. So yeah, but it's nice to have. Okay, now for something completely different. My mother-in-law had, when she was alive, arthritis in her hands. So I thought as cute gift for her would be the Magnus colored pencils by Faber Castell, and they're called Magnus, I think, because of the size of the barrel. But I must say that I was so lucky that she was honest to me and said that she's not really interested. So if I wanted the gift instead of her, I could just take it back with me. And my tail was wagging on the whole way home in the train. I love the size of this pencil. And it is true. If your hands are hurting, it's nice to have a fat barrel. So I must say that last year I had a lot of issues with my hands and fingers before I was put on medication and stuff. And what saved me in those days were actually my Woodies and also the Magnus. And when I had to sketch, instead of a pencil, I used this fatter pencil also from Faber Castell. It's called a Color Giant. So it is true what they say, that these pencils are likable if you got issues with your fingers and hands. And it's made out of Faber Castell, so the quality is just top notch. The color pigment is just so strong, and the way that they release when you come over it with a wet brush is just fabulous. It's like instant release. And most colored pencils that are water soluble, you sometimes have to scrub with a brush to remove the stroke marks from when you applied it on the paper. But I have to say that the Polychromos set, not the Polychromos, the Faber Castell Albert Dürer, oh my god, it's such a tongue twister. They dissolve so easily. So it's very likable media to use. So no lines with these. Sweet. I think the lines are so easy to dissolve. But the best line to dissolve, ta-ta, the Caran d'Ache. Oh my god. And that's why it's Prismalo. It's an older brand of Caran d'Ache. I don't think that they still call their pencils Prismalo. But Prismalo color pencils. This is the most luxurious set that I have, so I have not used it much. But I have to say something. I'm not a collector of vintage pencils, not at all. But I do like to pick up things and compare them whenever I find something that I like. And I have something to show you guys. And maybe when I show it, and if somebody else in the future is watching this upload, they might be able to give me an answer. Okay, long story short. My son is 21 years old. When he was about 2 or 3 years, I bought, and I seem to recall that it was not cheap, because I went into an office supply store in Copenhagen. We don't have a lot of craft stores or art supply stores. I went into an office supply store, and then I bought, I thought, a humongously expensive set of colored pencils for my son. He had them for years in his pencil case for school. And then after I got interested in art supplies, I realized that, oh my god, this pencil set that I bought way back from him is so much alike the Caran d'Ache Prismalo pencils. I'm just going to show you just for fun. Look at this color right here. Totally identical with this pencil. I mean, in the barrel, and it's just, I mean, I have been, oh, this is not one of those. I have been looking at this set, comparing it pencil for pencil for pencil. And I really think that the reason why I like this pencil set, color pencil set, so much is because I think it's produced from Caran d'Ache in Switzerland with that really soft pigment that is compatible with the Prisma. So it's fun to think that out there on flea markets, oh, these are just wrong pencils. Out there on flea markets, there may be bundles of insignificant pencils looking dull, brand nameless, but really be damn good. So whenever I go to a flea market, because of this, I always snoop around if I can pick up some pencils, even though that I have so many pencils. So look at what Lindsay says when she reviews watercolors, how many are identical. Oh, Prismalo is still on Amazon. It is? I thought it was like an outdated old brand. But I'm telling you guys, the pigment use is just so finely grinded, so it just feels so soft and consistent, and these are damn good color pencils. So yeah. That is yeah, I know it's crazy, but it makes you think, right? Because if you can find things on flea market that doesn't look like much for the person who's selling it, you can really sometimes get a good deal. This is one of the sets that I also bought for my son when he was in high school. And it's Stabilo 36 watercolor pencils. And they're a little bit beat up because they have spent some time in his stash. I really like them. They are also super nice to work with. And the fun thing is that they're so inexpensive. The bad thing is that they snap and break a lot, I think. I mean, yeah, I just feel that they don't feel so sturdy when you sharpen them. So with that in mind, they might be not cheap, because if you have to replace a pencil earlier because you're snapping it. But the issue here is the wood. I don't know, for a real expert, you will be able to tell that the wood seems dry. Like, can you see how the shavings are resisting being in one long look? It snapped. So there is quality issues with this Stabilo, but for some oddball reason, when you get a pencil sharpened and you start drawing with it, the tip wears down slowly, and it's well pigmented, but they are all this very annoying. You know, when you sharpen and it looks like this, it's not likable. I mean, look, and then it snapped again. Oh my God. This is like a really bad demonstration, but I just want to put it out there that they sell Stabilo for kids here in Denmark, and that's also the brand that the Woodiest comes from. Um, and I think that the content inside the pencil is, when you can get it sharpened, is good quality. And we have been bashing a lot of companies that make crap art supplies for kids for no money in big suitcases, get like 200 items for $10, you know, and it's all crap and kills any motivation for doing any artistic thing on a piece of paper. So I will say that I find that Stabilo is the best brand here in my country when you want to give your kids a better art experience, you know. So, but I'm glad that I took over this set from my son. Yeah. Barrels, yes, that's the old stuff from Prisma. The barrels. That's what I think that you know, that set that I got, the Rexel Cumberland, is like the barrels of Derwent. Some of them I haven't even sharpened because I want to preserve them. Fat barrel. I mean, and this is just like such a thick pencil. It's even thicker than the um, Inktense pencil. And you know, the Inktense pencil is a little bit fatter barrel than regular pencils. You can feel it when you get it in your hand. And these are a good alternative to, you know, like the barrel size of Inktense, but a little bit fatter. So I really like them a lot. That is like, if I ever had to collect vintage pencils or something, I would think of this set, like this brand, Rexel Cumberland. I like it a lot. Oh my God, that was my. Okay, now you think that that was all her pencils. No, I actually got one more last item to show that's pencil related, but I need to clean off my desk before. And when you see this last thing, you're gonna be like, oh my God. But it was a Christmas gift. So it was a big surprise. And I love getting art supplies for, as a, you know, a present, you know. So I immediately just fell in love with it. Okay, are you ready? it's a big wooden case because I think my hubby very quickly figured out that I love them wooden cases. And then you open it up. It's from Royal and Langnickel. And then ta-ta! That is just pencil porno right in your face. A lot of the supplies are that originally came in this suitcase is still here, but some has been replaced. Up here was a selection of not so likable pastels that I switched out with pastel kit from what was that brand? I actually think it was Faber Castell. And then down here, these are the original colored pencil that came with this kit. And if I push them down, you can see that I haven't been using a lot of them. And I have not been using these sticks here at all because I don't really draw or sketch with these. It looks like country crayon, but it's actually just graphite in sticks. So it's graphite in stick form where you got, that typical range from soft to hard. And then we got charcoal in a real stick form that's like very fragile to use. And there was a good collection of cotillions that I have been using up, so I only got one left from the original set. But I really like the cotillion when I'm drawing. So got an extra ruler. And down here were some of these country crayons that I switched out with another country crayon set that I have from a different brand. Do I still have the brand name on it? It was a German country crayon set. It was like really likable. I only got like nubs left, but okay, they are there. But yeah. And then we got these pencils, colored pencils with they're like woodless. I love the way they crinkle together, but I get the same annoying pleasure of thinking that the barrel is too slick, not nice to hold if your hands begins to get sweaty. They roll off the table easier and faster than a regular pencil. I have no idea why, but they're just so slick. So I rarely use them. Also, I get this idea that they will snap easily. So if we push them down, you can see that I only use them like maybe 3/4 of an inch down. And then this set came with Pastel Pencils, and they are not my go-to. They are a little bit too hard. So you get that odd feeling when you hit the paper that it's gonna say like, you know, that kind of pencil. Of course, I can't make it say that, but I can't describe it. But when a pastel pencil is a little bit too firm and you push too hard, and I am a pusher when I use pencil, I get that the resist between the paper and the pastel that almost make me think that now it's gonna say a sound, like. So yeah. Yeah, this case is so appealing. I actually had for a long time. I had it open like this in a windowsill next to the table that I'm sitting at, but unfortunately it gets so dusty and it's so impossible to clean. Can you see how dusty it is? So I actually have to keep it closed most of the time because I think it just gets nasty when it's open all the time. But it really, yeah, it gives goosebumps. That's right, Rhonda. And pastel pencils can do that to me because I think we all have our things that we like or dislike. Like some people don't even like the feeling of pastel directly to the skin, but I have this when I'm using pastel in a pencil form. So it has to be like a very specific mix of being firm for sharpening, but yet soft when it goes down the paper, so that it don't like uh, skip over the page. Hmm? Oh, but can you believe how strange it is when my family is still asking me for a pencil during a ordinary day? I feel that I am surrounded by pencils, but I do understand that they respect that they don't just dig into my stash and pick one if they want to see the next day alive. So that's cool that they got that respect. But I really think that it's odd that the thing that we are looking for the most in this house is a piece of paper and a pencil. So it makes you think about you still need to go out and buy more pencils for just a regular desk thing, you know. So, but yeah, that was actually my stash of pencils. I can't believe that I went over it so fast. I in my head I was thinking I got 1,000 pencils, but it actually went pretty fast. But before I go, should we just love this set one more time? This was my first wooden box of colored pencils. Imagine not knowing anything about art supply and then come home with a set like this, finding it so cool. Like, oh my god, it's like a wooden bag of just art supplies with pouches and everything. So I think a red flag should have been coming up in my head that day because I really fell in love with it so much that I needed an extra set when it came on sale. But I still remember the scent, the scent of a new pencil set. It just the smell of that wood thing, So yeah. And fun story, I need to tell you this. I used to have in a different pencil case, just like this, my Prisma colors. And then my son, he borrowed. My son needed a color pencil, and then of course I wanted to give him some good things. So I gave him my Prisma set that was still in a pencil case, and I kind of, in a weird way, told him that I'm just gonna kill you if you don't return every single 160 of them. Uh, so when he returned the pen case to me after he used it, it cracked me up. I laughed so hard. He had taken the time to turn all the pencils. So all the pencils had the name facing up front, so they were lying like pristine, like some person with an OCD would carry a pencil case. I'm just gonna do it with this one to illustrate. So it cracked me up. I'm telling you, man. I'm opening up my pencil case, and every barrel is face front with the text to my face. So I can just, this just makes me laugh thinking about he sat in there before he returned the pencil case, just taking the time turning every single pencil. So that is like really funny, but only like a pencil freak would truly understand how hilarious that was. So yeah, he's officially cleared and classified to borrow any of my stash. So I'm just gonna turn this one. It just looks so cool, like. Yeah, don't mess with mom's pencil. That's true. So yeah, but it is lovely to view them in cases like this. This is the most pristine set that's like almost never been used, the watercolor set. So, but one day I'm running out of one of the pencils from the Polychromos, and then I'm actually going to mix those sets. They're just so similar. So, okay, box number 2 for the family. Yes. I very rarely throw out any art supply. Um, I had the Jane Davenport Magic Wands. It's also a color pencil set that I use down to like a sizable nub, and then I throw those out because I thought, you know what, I have so many colored pencils, so why am I sitting with these knobs? And like I told you guys, I like to keep things in family of sets. So it was just annoying having to take out that tiny set of 24 and then just working with the knobs. So that's the only set I realized, I recall that I threw out. And then I went back and dumpster dived the casing. Yes, I did. I was very aware that I threw out colored pencils knobs that evening. So before I could fall asleep, it just hit me that but that metal tin was quite nice, you know. So I stood up and dumpster dived the tin back into the house. So that's like, I'm telling you, it's like cutting my own flesh if I have to throw out things. So that's why things end up these tiny, uh, tiny things like that. So let me just see if I can. Oh, just a second. Yeah, I also saved for fun my first Prisma knob. You know, the I managed to sharpen it down, and then it just became a sport for fun, you know. But that is like the tiniest Prisma. And my plan was when that happened that I want to do that with 6 other Prismas and then collect like this miniature pencil set. You know, it could just be cute on a desk, you know, if you glue them up. So yeah. But look how cute it, look how sweet it is. So at least I know now I'm not the only sick one. Oh man. You should make a dangle with that or an earring. But it's just so cute. So it was just for fun. So yeah. But I really, really love every single brand. I mean, it's very rare that I found a brand that I just ditch. There's always a reason, you know. So even this very bad quality pencil set here, it's a gift, you know. Even those I think is worth keeping. Isn't it strange? Like, yeah. So it's very difficult for me to super dislike something. There's always a usage. But I kid you not, these cylinder thing here are just excellent for keeping pencils, brushes, whatnot. If you want to make a travel kit, it's just priceless. So yeah, but maybe I should end my stream. I can't believe that I got 16 people here watching my pencil collection here. But let me just throw out that disclaimer. You know, I bought all the crap myself. A lot of it I got gifted. Some of it I took back from my son's stash because he just, yeah, it was also my son who had this set to begin with, these new colors. And now they're totally vintage, you know. Now the new colors looks different. But this was also carried with his poor school stash and survived all the way to his high school. And then luckily around that time I started getting interested in art supplies because yeah, I with horror in my voice I'm telling you guys, if I was not interested in art supplies and I had to help him clean up his room, this would be thrown out because it was just used school stash. So isn't it scary? You know, like, but so true. This is the old new color 2 set. So yeah. But before I go, I want to say that I am working on the watercolor month of World of Watercolor Month. And I know that I'm going to be busy this weekend, so I already worked some days ahead. So I wanted to show this beautiful spread. Oh, I love it so much. It's for prompt 6 and 7, and prompt 6 is perform, so I chose this ballerina, and prompt 7 was home, so I made this castle in the back. So that was what I've been playing with today while Kathy Aber was streaming. So, but I love it so much. And then I also love this spread. This is the spread for the 4th and the 5th, which is today. And the prompt was patriotic and then welcome. So I merged together the patriotic Danish flag, and the welcome was a welcome to Denmark because we had Tour de France in Denmark. So that's the two spreads that I worked on today. So, but I love that ballerina. She's so, I mean, yeah, she was a treat to draw. So, but thank you guys for showing up. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Amber. Oh, and hi, Rhonda and Carol and Devon and Gail and Judy. I'm so glad that you all showed up in this fast impromptu pencil stream. So see you out there, guys. And next time, oh my God, let's see if I'm brave enough to show you guys my watercolor collection. Oh my God. I collect watercolors like people collect money in their bank account. I can't pass a set, whether it's on, not on sale. If it shows up in my supermarket and I know it's crap inside and I even just like the tin, I go get it. So my watercolor collection is like, you want to barf when you see it because it's a mix of so many things, and most of them I bought them because I love the tin. So yeah, I will win on watercolor. I know, it's so embarrassing. It is so embarrassing. I think I will clear the dining room table, and then I will try and put up all my palettes and try and make them in chronologic order, because yeah, lots of my palettes are like, at the moment I have these two. They look so disgusting and so crappy, but that's like super good quality. And I think it's a frugal idiot in me that can't part with things like that. It's a similar set. It's like a double. But I can't just throw this one out and enjoy the more neater set, even though it's the same thing. It's really likable, transparent, well pigmented watercolor from Pelikan, a German brand. So, like I said, it's so difficult for me to dislike anything. Oh man. But okay. I don't think you surpassed Lindsay. No, you know what? If Lindsay can flash her dirty stash, what's it called? Dirty laundry on her stash, I can flash mine. Watching Lindsay's watercolor collection really made me feel better, like, because I can, like, I listened to her justify every single purchase, and I was like, I am the same, like this set, I got it for the tin, knowing that I would never be pleased working with any of this inside. And still, I'm giving it a chance. I'm not just throwing it out. So yeah, but it's a toy and it brings joy. So see you next time and see if I can collect up all the watercolors to give you guys a shocker. So bye bye for now. Yeah, the blue is nice. Yeah, I bought it for the tin. So, and how many times haven't you guys heard Lindsay say exactly the same sentence? When I have used it all up, I can replace it with better quality. But hooray, let me just tell you something. You have no idea how long it takes to use up a set. This set right here, I love it for the palette. That like giant lid right here. And I actually got some fluorescent watercolor tubes from Paul Rubens, and then I also got in tubes from Schminke some super granulating watercolors. And the plan is when this set here is used up, I will replace them with my fluorescent set and that growing collection of watercolor granulating schminke, because they seem to release 5 tubes at a time, you know. But I cannot bear to just take out these pans and throw them out because it's still functional. And I think Lindsay, the frugal crafter, have said this sentence 1,000 times too. Like, oh, when this set is used up, I'm gonna refill it with something better. But isn't that crazy? It's an illness. This is actually a very okay set. I really like, and as you can see, I really enjoyed the gold one so much. So yeah, why throw it out? But when I'm 90 and I can get myself to push out these pans and replace them with what I originally had in mind way back in 2020, I think it started, I would have a functional set. So yeah, it's an illness. So, but now I'm gonna let you guys go. So thanks for coming and have a super, super week. So bye bye for now.